what was swirling, what's bubbling around this team yesterday were some comments that KD made in a Rick Bucher piece about the environment that could be toxic playing with LeBron James. Of course, after the game, they asked LeBron about it, and here's what he had to say.
I believe that's probably not the whole quote, so I'm not going to comment on that. I would love to see the whole transcript of what was asked of him, the context that was asked of him, why it was asked, and the whole thing. So I'm not going to comment on it because I'm not knowledge. I don't know the whole thing. That would be stupid on my part. I'm a veteran.
He dodged it. He was kind of like Tyson Fury with that. He dodged it a little bit, but I think it's time that we should take a look at exactly what Kevin Durant said in this Rick Bucher piece. He said, and I quote, "So much hype comes from being around LeBron from other people. He has so many fanboys in the media, even the beat writers just fawn over him. I'm like, we're playing basketball here, and it's not even about basketball at certain points. So I get why anyone wouldn't want to be in that environment, because it's toxic, especially when the attention is BS attention fluff. It's not LeBron's fault at all. It's just the fact you have so many groupies in the media that love to hang on every word just to get out of the way and let us play basketball." Jalen, is this more about how he feels about playing with LeBron or how he feels about the media that covers the NBA?
Well, he was trying to take shots at the media, but LeBron James became the conversation piece and the undercurrent because he talked about the hype surrounding LeBron. That was a direct correlation. He talked about fanboys and groupies in the media. That's just his disdain for the media who voted him MVP. And when you talk about toxic, that's the commentary that now LeBron has to answer to. Because when you're one of the greatest to ever do it, and you won 3 championships, now you're with the Lakers, and you have another star player saying that it's not attractive to play with you, it's one thing for media members to say it, because it's been whispered.
Sure.
But now it's on wax. We have one of the top players in the game basically suggesting that playing with LeBron ain't the best thing in the world. And so what this tells me is, one, he ain't going to LA. And he definitely can't, even if he wanted to go, he can't go after this comment because that'd be hypocritical. Number 2, the last time I checked, other than LeBron James, who else does the national media talk more about? The Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, the Golden State Warriors have a very media-heavy environment. Remember they were like the Beatles when they had the win streak to start the season? ESPN had a crew following them around every time they were on the road.
And it didn't stop him from joining them.
Nope.
After they had won a championship and won 73 games, and he gets a chance to play with the only unanimous MVP in the league. But the last thing that this really shows me, this is final season in Golden State. This really tells me that he wants his own squad. And while it can be somewhat poisoning the well so that Kawhi doesn't go play with LeBron.
Oh, he mentioned Kawhi by name in this piece. He mentioned Kawhi, which I found really interesting.
There you go. So you're making my point now. So now this all makes sense. Don't go play with him because it's toxic. Y'all come run with me.
Come run with me, the New York Knicks. Come run with me at the Clippers or whatever. I found this very interesting because rarely do you hear athletes, especially experienced veterans, say things like this to reporters on record.
And also, how about this? Like you see Joel Embiid in particular be a guy, and I love this, that trolls the opponents. Andre Drummond, who they play on Friday, Hassan Whiteside, young Mo Bamba and Ayton, that they have to get on his level. For KD, just think about this now. Of course, he and Russ wasn't real beef. They've made up, and I'm happy that they've done so. But just think about this. He's leaving some landmarks behind now. Okay, one in OKC. It's going to be one in Golden State. Now these LeBron comments. So when he does go to his next squad, it's going to be interesting to see how one of the best players in the game is now going to have people like LeBron James, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook having to answer questions and or compete against a guy that in theory took shots and or left their squad.
But here's an interesting angle on this, Jalen Rose. What superstar actively pursued joining LeBron James? I can only think of one. Chris Bosh. Remember, Kevin Love got traded there. You know, Dwayne Wade was already there. Kyrie was already there, and Kyrie wanted out. So maybe there's some truth to this.
I'm not saying that he's entitled to his opinion. Like, I love when athletes speak honest to the media. But here's the thing. When somebody else sticks a microphone in his face and asks him about these comments, he's not going to stick his chest out, put his head up, and own it. He's going to clarify it. He's going to modify it.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna back this one up. That's the next step. Remember when you heard it? Like the next thing that comes out of KD's mouth is, "Oh well, what
y'all
you
took
didn't
it the
hear
wrong
is
way."
the context." Kind of like LeBron said, like I want to hear the whole transcript in the context. Do you remember the report that this summer LeBron texted KD about joining him?
Correct. And how about this? For those that haven't been paying attention, LeBron James, pretty media savvy.
Yeah.
And so he starts off the interview by saying, I don't know about the comments.
Come on, LeBron.
And then
come on, LeBron.
The next 5 seconds, he's like, well, I got to see in what context it was said.
I need the transcript. I need the transcript. It's like he's launching an investigation.
He has a multimedia conglomerate company.
He's a Robert Mueller on this. He's just like, I need to do an investigation. I need to know everything.
Before we knew.
He definitely knew before we knew. There's no question. He's like, I'm a veteran. I don't tell you guys the truth. I know exactly what's going on. This is just so interesting.
And also, he can't win because LeBron can't really say too much about this because guess what he needs? A superstar to come play with him
tomorrow. There will be a superstar that is going to be in the purple and gold that will join this summer. I promise you that. Regardless of what KD
2019 class is so deep. But here's the distinction I want to make. There are only so many great franchise-changing players in the game. So it's not just a free agent joining LeBron for me. It's who.